Before we work on the next thing we'll be working on, let's review what we've accomplished up until this point. So take your large chart of emotions out for a minute, and we'll review everything we've covered up until now. So just to review what we've accomplished up until this point, we've come a long way. We started with just identifying whatever we were feeling in the moment, then tracing it to the root feeling, like the apathy, the grief, the lust, the anger, the pride, or even the courageousness, acceptance, and peace. And as you saw, as you let go of a little bit of that feeling, you're letting go of a little bit of everything underneath it. Then yesterday, or the last couple of tapes, we focused on the wanting approval and wanting control. And then we saw that the wanting approval and wanting control was underlying, or all the feelings. So every time you let go of a little bit of the wanting approval or the wanting to control, you were letting go of everything underneath it. Now we've added the wanting security, or wanting survival. That's what's at the root of everything. If you let go of all of your wanting security or survival, you'll be completely imperturbable. So if you would take a moment and write on your chart the wanting security or survival right here above where we have wanting approval and control, in between imperturbability and those two little boxes. That will be a reminder to you that that is the root of all of this. Now just to take a step back for a moment, some of you may have been wondering where thinking fits into all this. Well, the reason we don't focus a lot on thinking in this course is that thinking is all the way at the bottom. Every one of even these smaller individual feelings is made up of sometimes hundreds or thousands of thoughts. So every time that you let go of some of the wanting approval, control, or survival, not only are you letting go of all the feelings underneath it, but you're also letting go of all the millions of thoughts. That's why a lot of you may have noticed already that as you release, your mind gets a lot quieter without you trying to do anything about it. And that's also why we don't encourage people to do positive thinking. There's nothing wrong with positive thinking. It's certainly much better than negative thinking. But I think you can start to see that if you're working all the way down here, you're going to be in trouble. But if you're willing to start letting go of the three wants, your thinking is automatically going to get a lot more positive. And the results you'll see in your life will be very dramatic. So let's continue by working on the next release sheet. Turn to the page in your book that says seeing your wanting approval, wanting to control, and wanting security. It should be the next page in your workbook. Now this sheet can be a lot of fun because the purpose of this sheet is to start to show you how to see your wanting approval, wanting to control, and wanting survival when it's in operation. Once you start to recognize it, it makes it easier and easier to start letting it go. If you don't see it, it's hard to let go of it. But once you see it, you can start letting it go. So what I'd like you to do is take a few moments and list the ways that you seek approval, try to control, and seek security. And when you completed that, we'll start again. Before we get started, I just want to remind you at home and you here, there's nothing wrong with anything that you put down on this list. Just because you put it down doesn't mean you have to stop doing it. I mean, one of the ways most of us seek approval is by giving gifts. That doesn't mean you have to stop giving gifts. All it means is if you're about to give a gift, check to see which want is stirred up. If you release it first, maybe you'll give a different gift. Maybe you won't give someone, you may have someone on your gift list that you really don't want to give a gift to. You're just wanting their approval, and you give it to them every year. Might save you a little money. So you'll see that as you start to let go of the wanting approval and wanting to control, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to modify your behavior. All you'll be doing is freeing yourself from the compulsion to have to do some of these things. So you have more of a choice. So who'd like to start? And we'll go around. We'll work on one of each. Is that a volunteer?
Yes, that's a volunteer.
Okay, great. Okay.
Seek approval. Be nice.
Be nice?
I feel like you have to be nice.
A lot of people feel that way. Okay. And which one does that stir up? Right now, approval?
Yeah.
I'll be quiet and just let you release it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, what about control?
I can get real irritated or just be real cold to somebody.
Mhm.
And I think it's a way of trying to get them to come over to my way of thinking.
Sure. Okay. And does that stir up the wanting to control as you talk about it?
Yeah.
Are you letting it go?
Yeah, that's a pretty dumb one. It doesn't work.
No. No one said these things worked.
Okay. The other one?
Yes, and wanting,
Having money in the bank. like
okay, that's
savings.
one of the ways you try to get security?
Security, yeah.
Yes. Okay, and as you talk about it, can you get a sense of that wanting security?
Yeah. Some of it went away.
Some,
Yeah.
you're holding on to some of it,
Yeah.
right? Okay, and are you wanting to control your security?
Yes.
There it goes.
Okay.
Did you let it go?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Give yourself some checks all around.
Okay, thank you.
So, who'd like to go next? Rodney.
I've got one on the...
Well, start with the top. Start with the
It's
approval.
the same as hers, it was being nice.
Oh, okay.
Same thing, and I had a second on mine was paying taxes.
Paying taxes? That's the way you try to get approval?
In effect, so the IRS won't be on my case.
Okay. Some people do that for security, too. Oh, no.
That could be true, too.
Yeah, okay, but are you aware of any, which want are you aware of in the moment as you talk about it?
Probably approval,
Approval?
definitely.
Okay, I'll be quiet and let you release it.
Okay, feels better.
Okay, what about on the control?
Control side, by trying hard at what I do to control desired outcome. Sometimes I try too hard, I overcompensate, put
Mhm.
forth more energy than I really need to.
Sure. Okay. And are you aware of any of the wanting to control right now?
Yes. Yeah, it's a little bit chronic in my personality,
Mhm.
thing that I need to get rid of.
Okay, so just allow yourself to become aware of the wanting to control. Did you let it go?
Most of it.
Well, so you're saving some, okay.
Save a little bit,
A little bit, okay. And is that more the wanting to control?
yes.
Did you let it go?
Releasing.
Good. Terrific. And what about on the wanting security?
I think security, I said conserving my spending.
Conserving your spending? Okay. And again...
I'll put the social security taxes down there. The income taxes above.
Okay. That's funny. Okay, so are you aware of any of the wanting security right now?
Yes. Feels better. That's an easier one than the middle one for me.
Good. Terrific. All right, good. So who else?
Thank you.
Michael. So let's start with the way that you seek approval.
I get a paycheck.
Get a paycheck? Okay.
It's approval.
Okay. Are you releasing it?
Yeah.
As you can see, a lot of these can have more than one want attached to them. Sometimes you can put one thing on all three.
Okay, yeah, I feel good about that.
Okay. And what about on the control? What'd you write down for a way that you seek control?
By thinking or analysis.
By thinking or analysis?
Mhm.
That's a big way for most of us.
It's approval.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's control, too.
Okay. Are you letting them go?
Yeah, the approval went away. The control went away.
Good.
Yeah.
More checks.
Okay.
And what about the ways that you seek security?
By hugs.
Hugs?
Getting hugs.
Okay.
Yeah. It feels good.
What, the hugs or the releasing? All the above, I understand.
Yeah, but not wanting the hugs, just
Right.
the hugs.
Right. Okay, good. Did you let go of
Yeah,
the wanting
feel
security?
great, yeah.
Okay, great. Terrific. Who wants to go next? Mary. Let's start with the control.
The top one is approval.
Oh, then let's start with approval. I'm not particular.
Okay. Cooking for others.
Cooking for others? Okay.
Get approval from that. I can let that go.
Good. What about control?
Getting clients to say yes, closing.
Closing the deal. Right.
My boyfriend accuses me of always doing.
You're closing all the time, right? Right.
Getting people to say yes to what I want.
Okay. Now you're aware of the wanting to control there?
Yeah.
I think you're letting it go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And what about security?
Setting my alarm system in my house every time I go out.
Mhm.
That gives me a feeling of security.
Okay.
That
Are you-
I can't let go of that.
Remember, not the action. There's nothing wrong with the action. I'll tell you an interesting story about that, although it'll probably start more of you wanting security. If you ever noticed, very often, when there's one robbery in an area, all of a sudden there's a rash of robberies. It has nothing, it's not like all the robbers get together and say, hey, let's hit this neighborhood. It has nothing to do with that. One person has a robbery. All the other neighbors get their wanting security stirred up. So they're going, oh no, I hope that doesn't happen to me. What are they holding in mind? It's going to happen
I've
to me.
been robbed twice, so.
Right, see? So every time you turn on the alarm, if you don't release the wanting security, you're holding in mind, oh, I hope this will protect me from those robbers who are about to come in my house. So there's nothing wrong with turning on the alarm, but if you release each time, that's what's going to make your house safer than any alarm system.
I put the alarm on for good measure, just in case.
Right. I think you're still wanting security. You didn't hear what I just said. I said, take the action, just release.
Okay. Okay.
Did you let go of the wanting security?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But just look, do this ongoing. Every time you go to set the alarm, let go of wanting security.
Okay.
Okay? Good. So who else?
I'll give you mine.
Okay, great.
Some of them are in common. It seems the international language for approval is money, so buying things for others.
Buying things for others. Okay.
And that was easy to let go because we discussed it at lunch. When David bought me lunch, I gave him all the approval he needed.
See, it sometimes works. That's funny.
I even put a check for you.
What about control?
Control, definitely intellectually manipulate people.
Okay.
That's probably bad, but
Yeah, wait. What about the release?
that one's a tough one that I've worked with before, as a matter of fact.
Well, but right now, let's get a release or two right now.
Okay.
Just allow yourself to become aware of the wanting to control.
Yeah, let that one go. That's
Good. Is there any more?
Yeah, there's still a little bit there.
All right. Might as well let all the wanting to control that's there now. Might as well let it all go. Do you
Feels
like that?
much better.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. And what about the wanting security?
Something that I looked at in ways in which I do, and I found the most common thing that I think I do is isolate myself. You know, go home. If I'm away from all the people that I'm seeking approval from, and well, maybe just other than myself, I feel most secure when I'm away from all the external risks that are out there.
Sure, isolating. That's a
Yeah.
big one for many people, especially today. All right, so could you just allow yourself to become aware of the wanting security?
Definitely. Yeah, let that go too.
Good. Terrific. All right, who else would like to do it? Dave?
On approval, by volunteering or doing or giving, I think is the ways that I tend to seek approval in many, many instances.
Like at lunch?
Exactly like at lunch, because under control, I might add.
Wait, let's
I-
get a release first. you want to hold on to that one. I like being a volunteer. Now, again, remember, there's nothing wrong with the behavior. But as you release, you'll have a choice. Sometimes you'll volunteer totally out of free choice, and you'll feel good about it. But right now, I'm sure there was a time you volunteer and you go, oh, I can't believe I just volunteered for that. Why did I knew I shouldn't have volunteered. So go back and see if you can just become aware of the wanting approval. And remember, it doesn't mean you can't volunteer if you still want to.
Okay. I got in touch with that, let it go.
Good.
Mhm.
Okay. Now what about on the control?
On the control, for example, Chris thought I was seeking approval. In fact, I was being very manipulative because I was trying to control him, because there's something I'm going to have him do for me. So, as a result, I was controlling.
So what did you put down there? Manipulation? Is that what you
I
have?
manipulate people in an attempt to control them.
Okay.
And I'm
Where-
embarrassed to say that, but it's true.
So which one does it stir up now? The wanting approval or the wanting to control?
Control.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you let it go? Okay, good.
I
Okay.
did.
Now what about the security? What's some way you seek security?
Actually, working gives me a sense of security, because through that I feel a financial freedom, I guess.
Okay. So you're aware of any of the wanting security right now?
Mm-hmm. I do. I think I let that go.
Good.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah. Feels better, thanks.
All right. You're welcome. Anyone else want to do one? Did everyone do one yet?
No, I'm left.
You're left?
I'm left.
Does that mean you want to do one?
Yeah, I'll do one.
Okay, great. So let's start at the top. What's one of the ways that you What's one of the ways that you seek approval?
Okay, so many here.
Just pick your favorite.
Okay, one of my favorites is to be perfect. I like that one.
You like that one? Okay. It's another popular one.
Yeah. Chosen by many.
All right. Are you aware of the wanting approval?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Did you let it go?
Yeah.
Is it still somewhere?
I kind of had to let go of wanting to let that go too.
Oh, okay.
I kind of did that.
I mean, the control the release. What
The
that goes through.
controlling, yeah. The control of the release.
Okay. Now what about on control? What's one of the ways that you try to control?
I correct people.
Correct people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, if they make a mistake, they're not perfect.
Right.
I want to make sure they know.
Right.
If they're not perfect, I am.
Are you releasing the wanting to control? Good.
Yeah, just, I mean, making this list is, I can see this is going to be good.
Right. By the way,
Yeah.
I would definitely suggest that you continue going with it. Whatever you've written down so far, just keep going with it, because it's really an eye-opener. It will really help you start to undo a lot of the wanting approval and wanting control,
Right.
and the wanting security.
Right, yeah.
What about, speaking of security,
Speaking of that, one of the ways that I think one of the ways that I really feel secure is it's a good case in point, confusion.
Mhm.
And that allows me to not, to not make a mistake.
Right, keeping yourself
Okay.
in confusion?
I
Sure.
keep it, yeah, and so I don't make a decision.
Mhm.
I keep analyzing, I keep, you know.
Sure.
so-
Again, that's a real popular one. A lot of people hide in that.
Mhm. So, yeah,
So just allow yourself to become aware of the wanting security.
okay. That's good.
Did you let it go?
Yeah.
Did you let it all go?
No.
I didn't think so.
Do I have to?
No, you don't have to. You can hold on to it as long as you want.
I may not survive if I let this go.
Now, again, you can still choose to be confused.
Mhm.
But don't you notice that often you're automatically just in a state of confusion and you can't even get yourself out of it?
Right.
Because it's just running. You don't have a
It doesn't
choice.
feel, it's not a place I would consciously choose to be, but I think subconsciously, somehow it's safe,
Well, it seems safe.
seems safe.
I don't know how safe it is to be confused. But it
Yeah.
seems safe.
And that's why I'd like to let it go.
All right, so just allow yourself to become aware of that wanting security.
It's real hard to get in touch with that.
Yeah,
for
you
me.
want to control it.
Yeah.
Could you let that go?
Yeah, I think a little bit.
A little bit. It's okay. This is a deep issue for you.
Now I'm
Yeah.
wanting approval.
Now you're wanting approval for how you're releasing? Or just wanting approval in general?
Approval that I'm releasing from you.
Right.
Yeah.
Could you allow that to release?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. How's it now?
I think it's going to need some work. I feel better.
Okay, well, you can
I
keep going
feel
on your
better.
own. Sure, that's fine. Why don't you just keep going on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take you off the hook.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
I must have released. President of my games.
Right.
No, thanks.
Okay, good. Okay, anyone else want to do another one? You want to just keep going on your own? You can keep going as I'm working with the home viewer. So, why don't we do some work together now? Start with something way that you seek approval. Just allow yourself to focus on it. And just allow yourself to become aware of which want it stirs up in the moment as you focus on that. Is it a wanting approval, a wanting control, or a wanting security? Now I'll just allow you to let it go. I know you can do it. Okay. Now just check that same item again, that way that you seek approval, and see if there's any more want stirred up in the moment. And whatever want it is, could you allow it to release? Okay, now let's take a way that you try to control. whichever one you're focusing on, just allow the want to come up into your awareness. The wanting approval, wanting control, or wanting security. And as it comes into your awareness, see if you can just keep letting it go. Sometimes it comes in waves. So as each wave comes up, just allow yourself to let it go. Now focus on that item again, just to check. See if there's any more wanting approval, wanting control, or wanting security there right now. And as you become aware of it, could you just allow it to release? Okay, now let's focus on a way that you seek security or survival. Now, as you focus on that item, see which want it stirs up. Does it stir up the wanting security, or is it a wanting approval or wanting control? And again, you can just use these pauses here for your own releasing. Now focus on that item again, that way that you seek security or survival. And just see if you can allow that want to come into your awareness and then easily allow it to release. Okay, now I suggest you keep going on your own. Take as long as you need to complete this sheet. And it's also a sheet you can keep coming back to. Keep adding as you catch yourself, this is a way I try to control, or this is a way I seek approval. Write it down and release. And it's good to keep a running tab on this because it will help you see clearly when you are wanting approval, wanting control, or wanting security or survival.